Alright, chat is just being a bunch of dumbasses today. So let me just try and explain why this is. Okay, so I get a lot of Steam requests from companies, and I look at the Steam list, and I'm like, okay, I prioritize games that are on the front page, or at least close to the front page of Steam. The reason is that more people will be interested in it, yeah? The search terms are more relevant, so what you end up getting more people actually looking for it, yeah? Because it's a relevant game. You're like, oh, I want to know, I see this on Steam. Where do you go these days to find out game opinions? Well, the first thing you do, if it's not on Metacritic, which more often than not, new games on Steam are not, because people haven't got around to reviewing them yet, you will go to YouTube, yeah? And going to YouTube will result in you finding stuff. And usually, it's my stuff. Because my stuff has high search ranking. My channel is very popular. I am good with optimizing my search terms and so on and so forth. Oh god, I'm out of pistol ammunition. Wonderful. So, that is the first aspect of it. The second aspect... Won't it get more views later? No, it won't. Like, you don't get it. Okay. The second aspect of choosing is whether or not the genre or the game would sort of perk interest for one reason or another. And it can perk interest for several reasons. One of which, of course, is kind of like bad reputation. So currently going around is the accusation that the developers of this game have very much been censoring criticism on their channel, yeah? So, for one thing, if they've been doing that, and they've been censoring criticism on their actual forum itself, it behooves me to look at the game, because if that's the kind of developer we're dealing with, then we need to make sure that that developer is held to account. And the way that you do that is, of course, by critiquing their game. Now, what I've also heard is that someone created a review of this title and actually had the video taken down by the developer. And if that is the case, then that's something that I need to be looking into quite closely for obvious reasons, because, you know, I have a vested interest in making sure that doesn't happen. So, as a large channel, I can afford to take that risk, because if they try that on me, they will have the fucking unholy weight of hell coming down on them within a couple of minutes of that occurring. So, that's relevant as well. We also have to think about things like genre. You know, Castleminer Z, if you were to go and look at that initially, what you would see looks like Minecraft. And here's the thing, this genre is popular right now. That is the basic reality of it. Did they actually break through the rocks? That would be fairly annoying if they did. This genre is popular right now. Might not have anything to do with you, but it is popular. Meaning that covering games within this genre will yield higher views overall. And you might think, well, are you just selling out for money then? Blah, 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 blah. No. Absolutely not. The fact of the matter is that I make more money the more popular my videos are, which means that more people wanted to see it. So, you know, the whole idea of, hey, you know, you've got to do what your fans want. That is what my fans want, and it's proven by the number of views. Proven. Like, that's the only statistic that we can personally rely on. So, when I make this video, I can pretty much guarantee, within about 2 days, this video will hit around 200,000 views. And I base that on my experience with the channel and knowing what people are interested in, and knowing, like, what's going on when it comes to the general chatter surrounding a game. And then you've got to kind of be hyper aware of the chatter surrounding a game when you make a video, if you're doing it in the course of your business. And some people have the most ridiculous ideas when it comes to which games like should be on the channel and which don't. I've had several, no, I'll go further than several actually, a lot of people who have said, you should not cover this game because it is bad. Which is an absolute bullshit thing to say. It's like, oh, you should only make WTFs of good games. Like, no! No! Are you kidding me? Like, it is vitally important that consumers know whether or not a game is bad. Vitally. And where are they going to find that information? In a reliable place. They're going to find it on my channel, of course. So, the notion of just saying, oh, you know, you should just do it to good games. Like, that's not my job, yeah? I am not someone who goes out of their way to try and find good games for you. If I actually stumble across one, damn right I'll give it all the praise it deserves, but you have to take the good with the bad. You do not find any actual review site doing that. It's like, oh, we just make videos of good games, or whatever. No, that's the kind of thing that is appropriate to a retrospective channel, or anything along those lines. It's not appropriate to a critics channel, yeah? Critics are supposed to criticize. So, bad WTFs of bad games are vitally important. And more often than not, they get more views than the good ones. So, you know, it's important. Should I not have made a video, Guys of the Wolf? You have any idea how much money I made from that Guys of the Wolf video? And it was rightfully done as well. I didn't make that Guys of the Wolf video solely to make money. I went into Guys of the Wolf wanting to know what it was because I was curious about it, found an unholy abomination of a game, shared that, got a shitload of views as a direct result, and warned a lot of people away from that title. Same with Gary's Incident. Yeah? And by the way, you know, if you think the whole all publicity is good publicity thing is relevant, you would be absolutely incorrect. Because if you have a look at the hours played statistics of things like Guys of the Wolf or, say, Gary's Incident, they did not go up at all when my videos came out. No, a bunch of people did not buy those games just to see how bad they were. They avoided them. The hours played did not move. And that is really important, because that shows that that video actually had a negative impact on that game. And that's good, because the game deserved to have a negative impact, yeah? Because it was bad. And it was important to warn people of that. And if that video had not come out, people would have bought that game accidentally. And that is why we have to make videos like Castleminer Z. Warnings about bad games are extremely important. I mean, this is a company that has made what looks to be an absolutely dreadful Minecraft clone that was released initially for a fairly low price on Xbox, and it came out before the official Minecraft did, so it became successful as a direct result of that. However, they then bring it out on PC, the land where Minecraft actually, you know, exists and is heavily moddable and so on and so forth. And they charge 10 times as much for it, and they don't even bother to port it correctly. Do you understand? That's why people need to be made aware of that. That is really, really important to cover. So, you know, I get slightly irked when people say, why are you covering this game? It's my job. I have to warn people of this kind of stuff. I do. I absolutely do. Well, apparently you need logs to make copper ore. Okay. Whatever you say. So, can I make an iron pick yet? Because I've got 7 pieces of iron. That should be enough, right? You would think. Where the hell is it? I'm trying to figure out exactly whether or not this is organized in something that makes sense, but it kind of doesn't. So I have 7 things of iron. So I should... Alright, okay. So everything that you can make apparently goes to the top. I see. So it bumps it up there. Alright, I get that. Okay. And I think I just burned all my coal on that. Can I make an iron pick? I can make a light submachine gun, apparently, with iron and wood. That's nice to know, but I'm thinking the whole mining thing might make a little bit more sense at this point. Iron pickaxe. Alright. Can I still make a gun? I actually can. Submachine gun, rifle, shotgun. Shotgun might be useful. How do I make bullets for it, more to the point? Bullets. Iron bullets. I need brass casings. Can I make that? Iron casings and brass casings. I wonder what the difference between the two actually is. Okay, so I probably need coal now as well. Alright. I want to make sure that this stuff is actually in my inventory, because if I end up dying again, considering you die very fast in this game, I prefer not to lose it. Alright. It is now apparently day 3. This comes with 6 bullets, it would seem. Pretty piss poor model, but hey, there you go. Such is the way of it. I need to make sure that iron pick is in my hotbar as well before I end up losing that. There we go. Alright. Back to mining! Need to find coal. Oh, convenient. And this pick is about to break, for obvious reasons, but hey. Yeah, I mean, obviously overall sound assets for this game are extremely poor. There's no real doubt about that. You are talking basically about the cheapest indie game you can possibly imagine. If you look at indie games on Steam and then you compare them to what's out on Xbox Live Indie, like, it's... Yeah, there are definitely games on Steam that are as bad as Xbox Live Indie games, but there aren't anywhere near the number. You know, the funny thing is, they've got the basic functionality right. You gotta give them credit for that, you know. They cloned the functionality of Minecraft, and they seem to pull that off. They threw away crafting tables for whatever reason, and the crafting system is by no means as... I wouldn't say complicated, it's just Minecraft has its own way of doing things. You know, the whole arranging things almost, I would say almost Tetris style in Minecraft for crafting is unique. I don't like it because it's a pain in the arse, but you can see why they do it. Here they just give you a list. It's not a particularly good list either. They didn't put any sort of search in there, which could get particularly relevant once you get a lot of minerals and resources. And you might say, oh, well, on Xbox you can't do that. Yeah, but this is PC. So you don't get to use that excuse if you release your game on PC. It doesn't work anymore. That's the thing that you have to be very careful of when porting anything from a console. You cease to be able to use those UI and control method excuses because you're on a better platform. It's the same with texture quality. It's like, oh, we had to sacrifice texture quality on this. Yeah, on console you did. You didn't have to do it here. So I never accept that as a good reason. Ever. Absolutely not. Alright, so I've got a bunch of coal now. 22. So I guess we can... I mean, I suppose you can make bullets, but... Do you make bullets for the shotgun? I mean, that would be a little strange, wouldn't it? Rocks, brass casing, and coal, apparently, is how you make bullets. Alright, interesting. Good to know. Do you have to make different bullets for the shotgun? Nope! Not at all! Alright. Good to know. Shotguns take bullets in this universe. Okay. Well, what else can I make? I got a lot of rocks. I guess just make... Yeah, make the rest of the brass casing. There are gold bullets and diamond weapons, and you have to make diamond bullets for diamond guns, I assume. The whole thing is just so puerile, isn't it? It makes you think, oh, you know, this is the kind of thing a 6-year-old would come up with. It's like, yeah, we'll make some diamond guns. Then they fire the diamonds because the diamonds are the hardest in the world. So it'll make the best bullets and the diamonds. That's pretty much what I think goes on in the mind of people that say things like that. The diamonds. Well, I have a bunch of brass casings, and I've now lost the ability to make bullets. The annoying thing is they fucking move it every time. Which is actually infuriating. Oh, there we go. It's at the top there. They don't even do them in alphabetical order. I'm trying to figure out exactly what the order of this is. I guess they just group it together by type. So bullets, iron bullets. Alright. So you use a bit of iron to make some iron bullets. Which is ammo for gold weapons. Stone pickaxe, iron pickaxe. Stone spade, iron spade. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can sort of get it. It's... The ordering is just strange. That's not better than the War Z. No. Alright. Well, bullets it is then. Make bullets! Now I have lots of bullets! Which I'm going to store here because I don't want to randomly die. But it's okay because I have a shotgun with 500 bullets. It really does, like, feel like a 6-year-old designed this. Yeah, I made bullets out of stone because fuck logic. Also, you can put bullets in a shotgun because fuck logic. And apparently there's no crouch at all, so thinking of crouching under here? Nope. Not gonna do that. Hope you like mining. So what is the objective of this? Because I now have a shotgun, and it's got lots of bullets. So, I guess teleport to the surface? And shoot shit? I mean, what do you do from here? I don't know. Let's go towards something else. There's a floating thing over there. There will be enemies, but I have... That shotgun. Alright. It's okay, we were loaded with that just spawned out of nowhere. Fuck that. Field of view is really, really low as well, from what I can tell. It's hard to say, it doesn't have a field of view slider, but... It's got a large weapon model, and I feel like... Oh, it's a dragon. Okay, do I shoot it? I guess I do. Fuck how easily you die in this game. Just fuck it. Stuff spawns outside of your field of view and instantly murders you. It's ridiculous. So I just lost everything that was in my bank there again. Let's see if I can find out which direction I was going in, and maybe I can get my minerals back. I was kind of down here, wasn't I? I was going towards some sort of floating statue thing, and now I can't even see it, so... It's just lovely. But yeah, I mean, I'd assume the shotgun's probably good enough for dealing with zombies. It's not that you can't kill them. It's easy enough to kill the fucking things, but only if you can see them. It's when they spawn really close to you, and they spawn outside of your field of view. There's no jump button, by the way. I just want to point that out. There was no... Oh, no, there is a jump button. It just didn't work as I was going down the hill. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, jump doesn't work if you're going down hills, it would seem. I assume that's to do with the auto-climb system they've got going on, which automatically climbs the sort of little inclines, which is fine. I mean, that's something Terraria put in, rightfully so. And I guess you'd really have to put that in a console game. Oh, the dragon's back. Alright. So someone just sent me information about the imp sound that we were talking about earlier. Can you pause? You can pause. Okay. Alright, so apparently the imp sound... Yep, that sounds pretty similar. Alright. Yeah, it looks like they did nick the doom sound. Also, that dragon just floats and doesn't flap its wings. Man, you can do a cinema sins of this game very easily. I'll give him credit for that. Like, that's actually reasonably impressive. There we go, it's flapping its wings now, okay. I'll give him credit for that, it does damage, and the whole point is supposed to be to, like, build a fortress. Like, there's no way you do that on your own. Like, playing solo in this mode seems to be an absolute nightmare, because it spawns too many fucking enemies. You can't build anything, because it keeps spawning enemies at you. You don't get the safety of the daytime in this game. Apparently, the shotgun just doesn't even reach it, so... I mean, I guess you could maybe shoot it with a pistol. Or maybe you have to get a diamond weapon to use it. Oh, fucking hell. What is with the back spawning? I mean, Jesus Christ. Who thought that would be a good idea, exactly? It seems like it is a game that you absolutely have to play with somebody else, because it is, like, playing it solo is just a fucking nightmare. It would take forever to build shit. You can't watch your back. The field of view is so low that you can be very, very... This shit's dropping from the sky, for God's sake. I don't even know if I was hitting the dragon, by the way. I don't have a clue. Couldn't tell you. It doesn't have a health bar, so... And it didn't flinch, so I have no idea. Yeah, you'd have to play... I wouldn't put anyone's friend through this, certainly. You would definitely have to play with somebody else, I think, to even get any modicum of enjoyment out of it. You die very, very fast, and enemies always attack you from behind. And they spawn very close to you. And they can apparently drop from the sky. So, that's a thing. I mean, look at how close I was to that guy. If I'd passed that... If I had passed... him and he'd spawned behind me, he would have taken half my health off in a nanosecond, so... You know, it's... And somehow zombies outrun you, which is like... What? The whole point of zombies is they're not supposed to outrun you, so that's the only way they're manageable, because the speed isn't there. But no! Apparently zombies bounce around all over the fucking place. The point of the game is apparently to defeat the dragon, and it's like, this mode is build a fortress. Like, and there's no way... on your own, you could ever possibly consider building a fortress. It just wouldn't work. Because you're being constantly attacked. All the fucking time. Even in the day. That's why Minecraft worked. It's why Terraria works as well. It's like, you can build your fortifications during the day when the enemies are at a minimum. Here, they just fucking attack you. Constantly. All the time. What the... Did he just disappear? I didn't kill him. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's music! There's actual music for the first hour in the game. This is utterly inappropriate! I'm fighting fucking zombies in this grim dark land, and it's like, go on an elven adventure with me! Yay! Sound design! Do you fucking know what it means? Apparently not. What triggered that? Like, can you explain that to me? What fucking triggered it? Oh, God. This music's, I mean... Yeah, I'm definitely interested to know where... Oh, Christ. Where this music came from. It doesn't sound like the kind of thing that they would make. I can't hit the dragon. At least from what I can tell at any rate. Yeah, I have this wooden stick. Oh, that was not there before. That's bullshit. Come on. I don't even know. It wasn't the dragon. We saw the dragon earlier. There was no music associated with it at that time. Alright, I think I've had enough, frankly. What I'm going to try and do is, off-stream, is just to try and get someone else to play it with me and suffer through this bullshit. And then at least we'll see if we can actually salvage any enjoyment out of it. I mean, it's fairly obvious what it is. It's a pretty terrible Minecraft knockoff that is inexplicably 10 times more expensive for PC. It's had zero effort put into the PC port whatsoever. And every aspect of it is just weak. Every one of them. I mean, jeez. Like, if they'd done something with it other than just add fucking guns and constantly spawn enemies, was I actually on during the day there? I can't tell, because it looked like it was daytime, but I guess nighttime just looks like a slightly grayer day in this game. So that's a thing. But there are no actual enemies now, so I guess you do actually have the time to build. But why do you want to build? Because there's a fucking dragon overhead. He's just gonna bust anything I build anyway. On the censorship idea, by the way... Oh, no, it does spawn enemies, okay. Just, I guess, at a slightly reduced rate. Here's the thing about censorship on the Steam forums, right? It's bullshit, but they have the right to do as they please, yeah? It's their own private domain. It's the same as saying, oh, well, you know, why are you censoring comments on your YouTube? Because I have the right to do that, because it's my private domain. The problem with the censorship on the Steam forum is that generally that's the place people go to get information about the title. And if that place is moderated by the developers, there's an inherent conflict of interest there. It's like, considering how important it is for consumers to be able to read those forums and get accurate information, it's basically like giving developers direct control over something like Metacritic. That's how ridiculously biased it would be. So, that is in itself a problem. But they can still do it, yeah? And they've had the right to do it for the longest time, and Steam, at least Valve in particular, doesn't seem to have the resources to actively moderate those forums itself. So, frankly, like, you open yourself up to that kind of abuse. It fucking came from nowhere. What I am concerned about is what I heard about a video getting taken down. That was my biggest concern about what was going on there. Like, if that happened, then that's a big deal. I mean, there's a guy that sent me a YouTube video here regarding it. I'm not sure if that's about the censorship of the... Was this the same fellow that posted a video on my channel? Possibly. Well, if they're just blank... Yeah. Since this video... Huh. No. No, I mean, it doesn't look like they took a video down. Removing the thread... You know, it's crappy, but it's not as terrible. If they actually censored the video itself, which is like something that's outside of their domain, they have no right to do, then... Yeah. But there's definitely plenty of plenty of censorship going on the forums. But, I mean, this has unfortunately become commonplace, you know? It happened with Guys the Wolf people as well. It happens a lot. And that's unfortunately just part of the reality of Steam right now. And I'm trying to think of the best way to solve it. Because you gotta moderate a forum somehow. The question is, who does it, right? Who is the one that actually moderates the forum? Because if it's the developer, then the developer can use that power to deliberately censor information, yeah? And it's in their best interest to do just that, unless, of course, they feel that the backlash from the censorship would be more damaging than the actual censorship, than, you know, the stuff that they censor in the first place. Because you're talking about the idea of censoring threads that say this game is shit, this game is terrible. They have some power to remove Steam reviews, but not that much. Like, all the reviews for Castleminer are dreadful, yeah? Absolutely dreadful. And I have a feeling that the placement of Steam reviews was done specifically to counter some of this abuse. I think that Valve knew that this was happening. And as a result, they put the Steam review system in, because before that, the only impressions you could get on Steam of a game were from the Steam forums, which were controlled by the developers. So, you know, there's that conflict of interest there. So I don't know if it's as big as bigger problem as people are saying it is. Because, again, the Steam reviews for this game very clearly indicate that it's a piece of crap. Yeah? And it obviously is. And the developer cannot censor those reviews. I mean, there's a review from someone that put 35 hours into the game before actually reviewing it, you know? That's enough, you know, you should listen to that guy. He clearly knows what he's talking about. Like, he opens up by telling people how bad the PC port is, which he's right. You know, funnily enough, you can say that the PC port is bad. It is. It's got stupid thing like this ridiculous negative mouse acceleration, the fact that the aim down sights mode seems to be completely irrelevant in the PC version, but the controls actually work fine. If you're gonna be honest with it, the controls work fine. They work about as well as Minecraft. There's nothing to really worry about there. They don't have things like crouch or anything like that, but there's that. The thing is, wow, I got some impressive reach on this thing. Here's the thing, though. The stuff that I would expect, like the menu design is pitiful. The fact that you've still got Xbox buttons here. The fact that the font quality is terrible. The fact that I'm still in 720p because there's no other resolution option. The fact that I've got to scroll down here. There are no hover over tooltips. Clicking on something builds it automatically rather than letting me know exactly what it is. So, you know, this is all stuff that is completely inappropriate for a PC game. So if I'm going to have any problems with it, it's going to be that. The game controls fine, yeah? It controls as well as it did on console, which, you know, was not very good at the best of times, but it controlled. You know, it controlled. You can move and things like that, but just overall asset-wise, the game is a piece of shit. There's no doubt about that. But it has diamond guns in it, so I guess that's okay, right? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yeah, the thing about the Guys of the Wolf reviews, the problem with Guys of the Wolf is that no one actually bought the video game, right? Nobody bought it. And the reviews were very clearly by friends of the developer, yeah? And you could tell. You went to the guy's friend list, the only friend was, like, the developer themselves. So, you could very clearly tell that was astroturfed, but the problem is once a game gets a certain amount of notoriety, the astroturfing doesn't work anymore, yeah? And it only takes one person to actually generate that notoriety. Now, there's this single really damning review of Castleminer Z that is on Steam, and that was enough to get like 800 people to say that the review was useful, and it's the front page review, and once that happens, you're good. You know, you're pretty much golden. And you can never get that many with a fake review. Like, 800 people are not going to say that the review that said Guys of the Wolf was good is actually useful. They're not going to do that, yeah? So the system on Steam works fairly well, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, yeah. I'm fucking done with this. Yeah, the video of this will be up tomorrow. I'll do it. God damn it. What the... You can't even hear them. You can't hear them coming because they don't have any footstep noises. You hear that, you know that they're there, but you don't know where they fucking are. Because it makes the imp noise from Doom, lol. And then it just appears somewhere. And now, in this kind of pitiful... I don't know what the field of view actually is, but I'll have to try and estimate it. Okay, so let's do a bit of field of view estimation. So what we want to do is... That's now off the screen. So we're going to make one turn. Okay, so there's that. I have a feeling the field of view might actually not be dreadful. Okay, so that's one